Alright guys, this one's going to be a little bit random. You're going to see training from over a week span, but there are definitely quite a few days missing from that span. So this is squats from last Wednesday. And I was kind of rushed this day because there were some weather issues. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a year or more, you saw that last year I actually got trapped away from home. I was able to stay with somebody with a really nice house, but for about 3 days because of ice on the roads, and in Alabama, ice on the roads just doesn't work out, no one can drive in it. So I wanted to get home this time just in case that happened again. But this is 3:45, I just worked up to close to an AMRAP set. I'd say I worked up to about an RPE 9, so I probably had one more rep in the tank, and I got 3:45 for 9 reps after 4 months without squatting consistently at all. So I was very pleased with that because the last time I tried this I got 3:45 by 10, and I had been following a DUP protocol for quite a while at that point. So pretty happy with that. And you'll see my weight here. And there it is. And this is bench press from last Friday, 225. Kind of did the same thing, worked up to close to an AMRAP set, and I believe I got 9 here as well. I got 10 a few weeks ago, but just didn't happen this day. If I'd had a spotter, I might have gone for another rep, but I think the last one on this one's pretty grindy, so I don't know that I would have either way. I don't know. I might have gone for another one with a spotter. And this is training from this Monday. I worked up to 3 sets of 10 with 320. Everything went smoothly. My lungs hated me, but I'm still keeping volume fairly low for squats. I ended up only squatting 1 day this week. Still taking it easy on my lower back, and I'll explain the reasons I took it even easier this week later on in this video. But I'm wearing my Candido training Think Deep, Squat Deeper shirt, one of my favorite shirts. And I've actually worn it on training days when I wasn't able to squat, so that was kind of frustrating, but again, it's still one of my favorite shirts. This is one of those days where I'm actually kind of color coordinated. If you noticed from the training on last Wednesday, I was actually wearing kind of a polo-ish shirt. It was a t-shirt, but it had 3 buttons on it. And that's because I didn't really bring clothes to lift in. This is just my face after squats. That was pretty terrible. And I was benching on the same day this time. So alternating between the two, but taking a lot of time in between. I think the goal was 3 sets of 10 with 210, but I got 2 sets of 10 and then only got 9 on this last set, and then just came back and got 1 more rep. So still not too bad there. It's just difficult to alternate between these two, and I'm going for reps that high. Still definitely think my strength is improving, and part of the reason that I haven't really tried to bulk, so to speak, is that I want to actually get stronger on all of my lifts while I'm gaining weight, and since I haven't been able to squat or deadlift, it was just hard for me to get motivated to do that. Obviously I could have improved my bench, here's that last rep, but just haven't wanted to do that yet. And here's the beer selection I had this week. I did not go through them all in one night, but if you want to pause that and look at the flavors, feel free. The best one out of all of them was the Wells Banana Bread. It was very tasty, and then I buy Good People beer all the time because it's brewed in Birmingham, like 3 miles from where I work, so just like to support local places. And you're now seeing my deadlifting from Tuesday. This is the first time I've used any weight heavier than about 275 in like 6 months. And everything was feeling pretty good. Even right here, everything felt good. 405 for a pretty easy double. Probably could have gotten 8 to 10 there. That felt, my strength feels like it's there for sure. But this rep right here, this was as heavy as I was going to go regardless. But this rep just didn't feel right. And it just made me sure that deadlifting is not in the short-term future right now. I will probably do some light deadlifting just to kind of practice the movement and go through the movement. but I won't be working up to a heavy weight like this. It just didn't feel quite right yet, and this is also the reason I did not squat again this week. I had to do some posing, if you can call this posing, and I got it from this angle so my legs almost look proportional. So I'll show you the legs in just a second. But definitely feeling good about my weight and how I'm looking. I'm not making my physique as much of a priority as I have in the past, and I'm glad about that. I don't worry about little things as much as I used to, and I'm a much more flexible dieter. And I'll kind of give you an example of that right here. One of our clients manages a Jason's Deli. I took one of these trays home with me. I've had probably 6 or 7 of those little sandwiches at this point. But this is Friday's training. Worked up to 250 for 4 sets of 3 on bench press, and I was alternating slowly between weighted pull-ups. So I did 4 sets of 3 on bench, 250, 4 sets of 5 with body weight plus 30 pounds on pull-ups, and you just see 1 set of each. Everything went pretty well. I've never been great at pull-ups or biceps curls, and I just have really long forearms, relatively long forearms, and it just kind of puts me at a disadvantage on these kind of movements. But on this day I also did dips and biceps curls using cables, and that was pretty much it for this day. Just didn't want to spend a whole lot of time lifting, but that's pretty much it for this video. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and don't if you didn't. I'll talk to you next time.